Good morning. This is Nicole coming to you from Santa Monica, California, where I am at a kind of workshop of sorts. And I just did a sunrise yoga class. And so I really wanted to take the chance to check in because I had a moment with the yoga instructor where he said something that I thought was really profound. And so I just wanted to share it with you. I don't know if you can see this beautiful coast in the back. It's killer, absolutely beautiful. Being an East Coast girl, it's totally different. Okay, so I'm in this yoga class, and you should know that I'm not a yogini by any stretch. So I'm in the back, and we are doing what we call, I think, is a tree pose, which is essentially where you stand and you have one foot tucked into your calf or your thigh, and I'm trying really hard to get the pose right, and I'm wobbling all over the place, and I'm trying to keep my core engaged. I'm doing all the things they say that you're supposed to do, looking at all the people in the front row who are, I feel like, doing it really well and sort of effortlessly, right? Because you never know anybody else's struggles. And, the yoga instructor says, essentially do the pose differently every day because your body is in balance differently every day. And some days you wobble more than others. And some days, no matter what you do, no matter what position you take, you're gonna wobble. And I thought, oh God, but isn't that so symbolic of everything in life? How we try so hard to do everything exactly the way we're supposed to, exactly the way we're taught, perfect. 100% perfection is always expected from so many of us, and it's coming from inside of us. And so the wobbling was just sort of symbolic of life itself and everything that we want to do. And so I really wanted to pose to you a couple of questions. If you find that you are a bit of a perfectionist, I would like you to try and close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath, because again, breathing brings you out of fight or flight. Right? So when we have anxiety, it's so important to breathe. So breathe and then ask yourself, is this a contest? And I know that seems trite maybe, but if you're in a marathon, okay, I can understand why you want to be first, or 42nd, depending on how quickly you are. But is it actually a contest? Is anybody gonna notice if you don't do this perfectly? Is there a real reason why you need to do it perfectly? If not, maybe re-examine. When I was doing yoga this morning, I'm sitting there and I'm wobbling and I'm not holding the pose as long as I want to hold them. And I really had to say to myself, is there a real reason why I need to be doing this perfectly? Then I want you to ask yourself, what would happen if I didn't do this perfectly? What's the worst case scenario? For me, I still finished the yoga class. I still got a great stretch. So if it's in your work, when you're trying to do a project, what would happen if it wasn't perfect? If every I was not dotted? Would you lose your job? Probably not. A lot of us tend to catastrophize things, make things a lot bigger than they are, when, really a lot of it is coming from inside of our own heads. So I would like to lastly challenge you. If you find that you deal with perfectionism on a daily basis, and it's so common living in the world that we live in, I would like you to say to yourself, Nicole, whoever you are, it's okay if I don't do this 100% right. I'm gonna try my best, and then I'm gonna let it be. Once it's out there, release it. Give yourself permission to do the best that you can, and then be happy with that, okay? I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope the weather is just as gorgeous by you as it is by me, because this breeze is divine. I will talk to you soon.